So very difficult game, not the most aesthetically pleasing game you would have wanted to watch, but I'm sure Arsenal don't care at this point. They just want to get their 3 points and keep it moving. Edwin, we mentioned that this was one of very tricky away games they had to play. They've navigated the first one. Exactly. They have 2 more difficult away games. What did you make of this one?
Look, just like the Liverpool game that we just saw, Arsenal needed this win. And it's important when you are up against Man City, when they have the advantage, you need to put pressure on them. And that's all they can do.
Yeah.
Ensure that they force Man City to be perfect. Man City might not win every single game, but you as Arsenal, you don't know that. What you can do is win every single day.
Do your bit.
Do your bit,
yeah,
and force City to be perfect. And in this game, they weren't at their very best, but they still got the job done. 2 goals, a clean sheet. There are a couple of things that worry me about this Arsenal team, though. First of all, the errors. Errors are starting to crop up into this Arsenal team. We saw the chance with Kivior. That Kivior allowed Joao Gomez in the first half. But then there's also Saliba giving the ball away. We didn't see that chance. Usually, Gabriel Magalhaes, who's usually very solid, giving the ball away. Zinchenko comes in, he gives the ball away. In midfield, Jorginho gives the ball away. We are seeing errors pop up in this Arsenal team, and teams are starting to take advantage. In the buying ties across both legs, errors were defensive breakdowns.
All the 3 goals they conceded.
Gave up by their defense or players in that squad. So if they want to actually take on Manchester City, take on Liverpool, you need to cut these things out. And again, up front, usually Arsenal are very solid. But in this game in particular, we saw how bad some of the decisions they took were. Players who could have crossed in. It's almost shades of Chelsea.
Is this the late game or late season pressure getting to them? Especially having been dumped out of Europe, now it's almost like they feel like the league is where all their eggs have been placed.
It might be, and exactly as you put it, they've been dumped out of Europe. It was either the Champions League or the Premier League. The Champions League is obviously gone. Now the Premier League, if they don't win it, it's another season where the talk is Arsenal were close and they bottled it. Because Arsenal have been top of the league. I think it was last week where they were top of the league. And they've gone back, allowed Man City to take advantage. If they don't win it this season, a lot more pressure on Arteta. Because 100 million plus for Declan Rice. People are not going to take that lightly.
You know the irony? Arsenal fans are beginning to turn on Declan Rice. In the last 2 games I have watched, they don't seem happy with his output. The Bayern away leg, and then even this game, some people say that he makes their midfield very rigid and very hard to sort of construct opportunities out of.
I beg to differ. I think by far he's been their best player.
I think in his the signing of the season.
Of course, but in his role, what do you expect him to do? He's not there to create chances for anybody. But he's there to win the ball and let the team be liberated. And nobody have done that better than him in the entire league all season. He's single-handedly, I think he's played in every league match. I don't know of a league match where he's not played in. He's played in every league match. And I think, look, he's given back to them what they requested or what they went for him for. I think he's done his job. The rest will have to step up. If you are playing against, which of the games did they lose? And
where
they
was
clearly look at it, it was Declan Rice's fault. That is so unfair, and they have to encourage them. Look, they are still in this, though. They are still in it. Don't begin to apportion blame when you are not out of it completely. They are still in it. Who knows? Man City, I think the game that...
Talk to me about that Chelsea game. There's a crucial game in midweek. Let's just preview that game for what it's worth.
Arsenal will be playing Chelsea, I think, on Tuesday. And then they will play Spurs over the weekend. I think if they can navigate those 2 games, they're going to take it all the way to the last day. Because, you see, what they cannot afford to do is to more or less look at this Chelsea team and not respect them. Chelsea themselves will be hurting. And if there's any team that Chelsea want to stop from winning the league, it's Arsenal. Because they're all in the same town. They're all in the same city. Spurs are eagerly waiting to have a say over the weekend. So Arsenal are playing people or are playing teams who don't really like them.
This is such a bad time for Arsenal to be playing this kind of
games. It is. And once they do that, there's a United Old Trafford game too that they expect to go and play. So they better stay focused. But look, they are at the Emirates. is against Chelsea. You want to fancy them. If they don't win that game against Chelsea, they have no business whatsoever considering themselves as potential league champions. So it's a must-win game for them. A game, I think, if they show up like they've done until the Aston Villa game, I expect them to win.
Okay.